Intuit's 80-hour educational programming for bookkeepers is here. This course sets the standard for bookkeeping in the United States, and it may help you erase some experience requirements that have been holding you back.
Welcome to the Workforce Podcast. Our show helps active duty military spouses plan virtual careers. Each week, we'll be uncovering the secrets of virtual work to help get you #hired. If you want income sustainable from anywhere in the world, this is the show for you. We are bringing you everything from juicy job opportunities to advice on how to glow up for a virtual interview. And now, let's meet our host. She's the change maker responsible for getting over 700 military spouses #hired and making a $15 million impact in the military community. Workforce founder, professional speaker, remote staff augmentation specialist, visionary. Here's our host, Kimber Hill.
All right, I had an incredible live stream with Intuit launching their new bookkeeping education that you can access right now via Coursera, and it's free to the military community. In this episode, you'll learn everything you need to know about their 4-course program and how it will help you overcome lack of education, lack of experience, and how it can help you launch a bookkeeping career from home. Workforce is launching something big, Rocket Remote, our proven method to harness LinkedIn for your remote career search. Our LinkedIn video modules in Rocket Remote give you the keys to rev up LinkedIn's search engine capabilities and unlock the secrets to navigating its vast digital network. But LinkedIn is not all you get. Rocket Remote combines our LinkedIn video modules with our popular resume bootcamp course, so you have exactly what you need to prepare for the virtual job market. Subscribe at bit.ly/VF-RR. That's bit.ly/VF-RR. Hello, Workforce. Happy Tuesday night. It's Tuesday Night Live, and I'm here with our employment partners at Intuit. I'm so excited about this evening. Our show title tonight is that experience requirements are #canceled at QuickBooks Live, and we're talking about Intuit's new 80-hour certification courses that replace some experience requirements and can help you qualify to be employed by Intuit. If you complete the course, if you get the certification without having a degree and without having all of that work experience. So I've been emailing you guys about overcoming resume gaps, about overcoming the experience paradox. So with that being said, I know everyone's super pumped up. I'm going to get our icebreaker question going for the evening. So tonight's icebreaker is for you to drop the emoji that most describes how excited you are about this course. Let's go ahead and meet our guests for this evening. So I want to go ahead and introduce Blair. Blair is our recruiter at QuickBooks Live, and we've got Lindsay, who is our new military program manager over at Intuit. Blair and Lindsay, do you want to say hello to everyone?
Sure. Hello, everybody. Great to be back here with Kimber and sharing out some exciting information with all of you. And thanks to everybody for your service and sacrifices to our country as well. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you, Blair. Lindsay, we know you. You've been around too. You're a military spouse. Everybody knows Lindsay.
Yeah, I was like, hi, I'm back. Here I am again. So if you're out there watching and we haven't connected on LinkedIn, I'll drop that later. But please find me on LinkedIn so that you can kind of follow the progress of what's happening in Intuit. You can also connect with Blair, and then Rosa Sanchez is our talent acquisition person. So just for clarification, if you reach out to me, I'm going to pass you off to Rosa, which is completely fine. And just know that I have no say over there. That's Blair's lane. I'm just here to be the intermediary. So, but thank you for having me. I had to clarify because people are like, get me a job. And I'm like, I would love to, but I just have to hand you off. I'm just here to help you get to know where you're going. So anyway, take it away, team.
All right. Well,
thanks for having me.
I'm so glad you're here. It's good to have you back. It's always nice to have a Milspouse from Intuit chatting with us. too. And I'm excited that you got this role at Intuit. That's amazing. And we're really happy for you. With that being said, let's chat with Blair. Blair, before we get into everything that's going on with this new set of courses that Intuit is offering, I really want you to talk to our candidate community about what it looks like to be a bookkeeper. What does the application process look like? And how does that course fit in to applying to be a bookkeeper with Intuit?
Sure. Yeah. So I'll start off by kind of doing a quick overview on application process and interview process, and then I'll jump into kind of a day in the life here. So once you complete your application, you'd be contacted by a recruiter on our team, and that's when you'll have a phone screen with that recruiter. Essentially, it's a 30-minute or so interview where we get to learn more about your background, skills, and experience and relevant skill set to the QuickBooks Live bookkeeper roles. And so during that call, we'll also share more information with you about the opportunities that we're hiring for and will be hiring for in the future as well, and be happy to answer any questions that you have. If that call goes well, we move you along to the next step in the process, which is called a higher view interview. This is a really cool, unique online platform that we utilize to have a consistent interview process across the board. It's also extremely convenient because you can take the interview at a date and time that works best for you. And then on our side, we can also evaluate at a date and time that works best for us as well. And so you have the autonomy to take that when you want. That interview will take approximately 45 minutes. There's 3 sections in that interview. There are some video questions. There are some written response type of questions, and then there are multiple choice questions, all of which are related to QuickBooks Online and bookkeeping. And so once you complete that, when we're actively hiring, it usually takes a week or so for us to get 2 evaluations completed on that interview. And then if you did well, the next step would be the recruiter you were working with initially reaching out to you to extend you an offer for a future hire date. At that time, we'd share additional information about the onboarding process. So we do an internet speed diagnostic test. We would ask for your QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor certification. And then you'd complete all the new hire paperwork, background check, offer letter, and then we would pick out a hire date. We'd have you select a schedule, which we have many options for scheduling as well. And then we'd confirm address so we can ship all the equipment to you, like Kimber mentioned earlier. It'd be laptop, headset, USB port, secured webcam, backdrop. They usually throw in some Intuit swag and a gift in there as well. Yeah. And then the hire dates are typically on a Friday, and you'd be up and running to start your 2-week paid training from there.
2 weeks paid training, all of the equipment is provided. So it sounds like you're going through the hire view process first, then you're meeting with a recruiter, and then you're moving forward through that process just gradually and incrementally. It's very thorough, and there are a lot of requirements. So prior to this big announcement of these 4 courses that you can work through, the experience requirements used to be that you would have to have at least 1 full year of bookkeeping experience. And so what else were the experience requirements, and how does that course relate to our candidate community and how they have a little bit more opportunity to get their foot in the door with this position?
Yeah, so typically we were looking for individuals around 3 years bookkeeping experience and 1 year experience with QuickBooks Online. And, that can be challenging for individuals in this community if you're moving around a lot of stuff to have a job for a long period of time to build up that skill set, or maybe you're focusing on family life and so forth. So this new course that we're rolling out will help take care of that experience requirements. And so it'll enable individuals to get that opportunity to build up the experience through the coursework to make you eligible for these opportunities.
Yeah. So that's one of the really important things we've been chatting with Intuit about since we've been partnered with them over the past couple of years, which is, as military spouses, we don't always have the opportunity to acquire that real world work experience. So Intuit coming to the plate, you guys, and bringing this 4-course series forward is progressive action. And it is something that's going to allow you to build a remote career and really flourish with a company who cares about you and who wants to see you prosper and move forward. Blair, is there anything else you want to share before I start giving Lindsay the 411 on what this course is and what this program is going to look like for Milspouses?
Yeah, I just want to touch on day in the life a little bit, if that's all right, and put a little more color around that.
Yeah.
So we have a couple different options for you in terms of how many hours to work per week. You have a 20-hour work week option, a 25-hour work week, a 29-hour work week, and then you can even work more than that depending on how much volume of work we have coming in. And all those hours would be worked between QuickBooks Online regular business hours, which are Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific time. So as an example, you say, hey, I want to work 20 hours. At a minimum, you would work a 4-hour shift of consecutive hours on the days that you do work. We have 5-day schedules, 4-day, and even 3-day schedules as well. So definitely lots of options there to help kind of fit in best with your current scenario. And then once you're working in the role, we have 3 main teams. There's a cleanup team, there's a monthly maintenance and ongoing service team, and then there's a hybrid team. And so those teams end up servicing our QuickBooks Online customers. The cleanup team is pretty self-explanatory. It's helping our customers' books be accurate and cleaned up within 30 days. The monthly maintenance team helps to maintain our customers' books throughout the month to keep them in order. So it's not a big push at the end of tax year to get those all cleaned up and dialed in. And then go ahead, Kimber.
I was just going to say, as a business owner, if you wait until the last minute, it's such a pain.
Yeah, bad idea.
I rely on my QuickBooks team very heavily.
We can help with that. So, and then the hybrid team is unique. They handle, escalations or overflow from those other 2 teams, as well as, maybe some initial QuickBooks Online setup or ad hoc online chat questions as well. So we got you covered in a lot of bases there. And the other great thing too is that you're working remote and virtual. We've been doing remote and virtual way before the pandemic, so we have that perfected. You'll have nice team camaraderie. You'll be on a team of about 20 or so other bookkeepers. You'll have leads for support and then a manager to support from an operational standpoint. So you have a lot of great resources. You'll feel like you're a part of something, and it's a really cool experience and a way for you to build a career, a new opportunity working remote, and helping power prosperity for our customers as well. So it's really exciting.
Yeah, you hit on a couple of things there that I just want to hammer in. A lot of organizations that had to shift to remote work during COVID, that remote work shift has been kind of bumpy, and getting off the ground, getting started, they're all kind of reacting to the remote work culture. But Intuit has been doing remote work, I don't even know how long, but it's been a long time. So they have they have this thriving remote work culture already in place. So they have that team camaraderie. They have that experience that you're going to feel like you are a part of a team. It's not going to be as bumpy of a transition for you there. So we did have a couple of questions come in while you were chatting. I want to make sure that we answer these.
Sure.
One of our Facebook users wanted to clarify if it was W-2 or 1099.
Great question.
Part-time.
W-2, part-time.
Thank you, Blair. So yes, W-2. And as Blair said, there are different workloads of shifts, and it is part-time. So thank you, Blair, for covering the shifts that you can work too, which I just also think is so fascinating that you guys are breaking down that workload. And your minimum is 20 hours a week, right?
That's correct.
Awesome. Thank you. And we had one other question who said, could you elaborate? This is another Facebook user. Could you elaborate or go over what the pay looks like as well?
Sure. Yeah. So our compensation structure is tied to your geographic location. So we look at external market data in that region for comparable type of roles with similar requirements, skill sets, et cetera. So we have competitive hourly rates tied to that. The comp package would also include a fiscal year-end performance-based bonus, which would be 8.5% of your fiscal year earnings. And then we also have benefits that we offer for these part-time positions, which is really unique as well. We did a lot of benchmarking prior to launching in August of 2019. And, we found that a lot of competitors don't offer this, and it's something that our employees and candidates were really interested in. So we offer medical, dental, vision. There's a 401k with a very strong match. Every dollar you contribute, Intuit will match $1.25 up to $10,000 per calendar year. You can participate in Intuit's employee stock purchase program.
Wow.
You get your birthday pay day off, Intuit product discounts. So a lot of nice things on top of just the actual monetary compensation as well.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure everyone heard this. You get your birthday paid off. You have an incredible 401k matching program up to $10,000 a year. That's a big deal, especially I know one of the things that I want to start talking about with our military spouse candidate community is, are you saving for retirement? Are you preparing for that? So thank you for bringing that up. I have 2 other questions that are coming in from the candidates right now. And this one is important, and we haven't touched on this in a while. Do the hours have to be consecutive, or can you do 2 in the morning and 2 at lunch?
Yeah, that's a great question. We get that quite a bit. The hours do need to be consecutive. So as an example, if you work a 20-hour shift and you're working a 5-day schedule, you'd have a 4-hour consecutive hour shift on the days that you do work. The good news is we have options for you to work a morning, mid-morning, afternoon, late afternoon, evening, depending on where you're at. So hopefully with those options, it'll fit into your schedule. And then I'll add on as a caveat and not a guarantee, but once you prove yourself in the role and you're working, there's probably a little bit more flexibility there. But when you're initially hired, we have the set schedule that would be your core requirement that you would stick to.
Thank you for exploring that and explaining that. Blair, I think we should chat about what the requirements are to apply now that this course is in existence and is an opportunity. And I want to do this because we had a question that was asked right here. I'm trying to scroll back and find the question. Here it is. Do you have to do the courses before you apply? So let's chat about what really are the qualifications now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the answer to that question is no, you don't have to do the courses before you apply. Like if it's more of you wanting to learn more about the opportunity, make sure it's something you want to invest time in, then I would say no. It doesn't hurt to start them before you apply, but it's not a requirement. And then what we do require for the opportunity, if we take the course out of the equation here, it would be that the 3 years bookkeeping experience, the 1 year QuickBooks Online experience, and the QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor certification. That is free for you to complete also. That takes about 8 hours of your time. And that just helps us deliver on our promise to our customers, showing that the experts that they're going to be connecting with are well-versed in the software that they're going to be supporting them with as well. So, but if you have the Intuit professional bookkeeping certification and those courses complete, that'll take care of the required experience for the opportunity.
Okay, so just to reiterate for everyone here, you still need the QuickBooks Pro Advisor certification. You still have to have that. That's a 12-hour free course that you can get on your own time. The 80-hour set of 4 courses is what is going to erase the 1 year of experience that's required for you to be eligible to apply. So you have to do some work. You've got to do some pre-work to get yourself qualified to apply for this role. But once you have those credentials in place, you are eligible to apply for the position. Yes, score. Yes. I'm so excited for you guys.
And one thing to add on to, I've actually connected with a few individuals who have completed the 4 courses, the 80-hour coursework already. Very positive feedback. Great way to level up on the skills that we're looking for here. And it was easy for them to do. So
yeah. And I know we've got good deal. And I know we've got some listeners and viewers tonight who have already started the course and who are ready to apply. So Blair, quickly before we move on here, should they go ahead and apply if they have started the course? What opportunities are coming up? When are you hiring again?
Yeah. So I would say, yes, go ahead and apply. And if you don't, if you end up not hearing anything back, reach out to Kimber and she'll put you in contact with me. And I'm happy to reach out to you directly and work with you from there. And then right now, we don't have confirmed hire dates on the calendar, but we will begin hiring again as we get into the fall timeframe. So we would likely start doing that hiring prior to the fall. So soon. Time's flying by already. It's almost July. So we're getting really close to that.
I gotcha. Thank you. Nia, equipment is provided. I'm going to try to answer some of these questions very quickly. Let's see here. We had someone else ask if there is the opportunity to go full-time.
Great question. We do have a career path here for QuickBooks Live. And so the QuickBooks Live roles we hire starting at 4 different levels: associate, senior associate, expert, senior expert. Once you perform in that role, you can move into a lead position that's still part-time, but you'd be working closer to 30 plus hours a week in that role. And then from the lead role, you have an opportunity to move into management, manager 1 position. That's when the opportunity turns full-time. Your benefits package expands, compensation would obviously increase, and is something that happens on a regular basis here as we can continue to scale and grow the program. We predominantly focus on promoting individuals from within. So yes, opportunity.
Yeah. What did I tell you guys? A company who promotes from within and actually cares about your career progression. This is a place you want to work for sure. How many positions are available, Blair, in any given hiring season?
Oh, yeah. So we've hired, I'll give you some back history. We've probably hired about 1,400 active bookkeepers as of today. And then we typically hire classes each month when we are actively hiring. Those classes can range anywhere from 25 to 200 individuals per class. So
yes. All right, nice. Thank you for answering those. We've got more questions here. I see you guys asking about if you need experience in the field. I see you asking about, do you have to complete the course to get accepted in the position? Where do we take the QuickBooks Pro certification? So I'm just going to kind of give you a blanket statement here to wrap this up. You do not need bookkeeping experience if you take the 80-hour course and complete the certification for the course, but you do have to acquire that experience through the course if you don't have real-world experience. You can take the QuickBooks Pro certification. I would just Google QuickBooks Pro certification and you should find it in your browser. It's very easy to get to. It will take you about 12 hours. That is different from the 80-hour certification courses that we're talking about tonight, but you do need them both.
Stay at Home Profit knows how game-changing remote work opportunities are for the military community. While providing education, consulting, scholarships, and career opportunities for military spouses and veterans in remote work through virtual assisting and digital marketing, we are proud to say that our students have been able to work with clients who have been featured in Forbes, Thrive Global, Marie Claire Magazine, and Yahoo Finance. From local businesses, tech startups, and Fortune 500 companies, Stay at Home Profit has spent 4 years developing and perfecting multiple programs that enhance military spouses and veteran skill sets and experience to get hired remotely in the digital workforce. Join the Stay at Home Profit family today and check out our 5-week RVAC Remote Virtual Assistant Certificate Program. We believe you have the determination to build a remote career. So let us help you develop those skill sets so you can get started today. Check us out at bit.ly/VF-profit.com.
So we're ready to chat more about this course with you, Lindsay. All right. So Lindsay, our military program manager here at Intuit, you've been helping with this course. We were going to talk to Elizabeth tonight, who built the course, but she wasn't able to join us. So you're going to do the most and explain to us what's going on. So take it away, girl.
Yeah. So earlier, I probably should have captured that I do work on the development team as the program manager, assisting Blair and teams for, talent acquisition. My leader is Liz Earn, and she is probably the best ever. And I'm so sorry she can't be here, but I'll just cover a little bit about the course itself. So it comes in 4 different phases or sections or chapters, whatever you prefer. So we have the first one being, the bookkeeping basics, which is the series of information that will help you kind of jumpstart your career. It'll teach you how to, problem solve, and then kind of give you that real introduction to your first steps as being a bookkeeper. The second phase is assets and accounting, where we dive deeper into the world of bookkeeping and focus on assets. Then we have liabilities and equity in accounting, because of course you have to know that when you're working with data and numbers and other people's money, that there's a liability, but there's also the equity and how to do a balance sheet, which is really important. And then we go through the last phase, which is the financial statement analysis, and it gives you kind of the foundational concepts of accounting and tucks them under your belt. I think each course is designed to take a while, but from what I'm hearing, the military spouse community in true form is blowing through these like at a mad rate to get up. Some of you are already done and have been asking me, where can I take the exam? So here is the situation with the exam, and please hear me very carefully. The link is out there, but if you go to the link today, it has another exam hosted on that site, so we can't release it today. The exam will be available probably around Thursday, around noon, but please do not use that link until after Thursday. A question that I saw in the thing is, or in the chat that somebody asked me is, are the courses self-paced? Yes, you can self-pace yourself through the course. In those courses, you can enroll through the Social Impacts Program with Act Now Education. The exam does cost money. The exam is $149. But with any certification costs out there, it's easy to say that certification leads to employment. Now, I'm not saying that certification with Intuit will lead you to employment at Intuit. I'm just saying, like any professional certification, I have my CompTIA A+ and Security Plus. We covered that in episode like 99 for VertForce. Go back and check it. It's the same logic. I went and got certifications and I ended up employed. So please just wholeheartedly hear me. So that is where the information on the exam and for the exam and the content for the exam.
Thank you, Lindsay. So on screen right now, I have the link that will take you to register for the courses. What I'm hearing from you, Lindsay, is that the link to take the exam is not quite ready, but it will be soon. And
yes.
The courses, the 4 courses, are free to the military community. The exam does have a certification fee, which most certifications do. That's very standard, of $149, right?
Yes.
All right.
Which is really inexpensive compared to like my CompTIA, which was like, $395.
Yeah, I think all of my CompTIAs have been around $500. So
yeah, it was a lot.
Let me just take a moment for our 100, and I think we have 135 people watching live right now. So for all of you who are watching live, if you have not ever invested in yourself before by purchasing a certification for yourself or by doing a course in a certification program, do not be afraid of that. Don't let it intimidate you. If you need to, budget it into your monthly budget, budget it in, because that certification will pay for itself tenfold very quickly. The first time you get your first paycheck, you'll see how important that investment in yourself is. And one thing that I love to say is, if you don't have a college degree, that's okay. Certifications are the wave of the future, and they're going to do a lot for you. But also, an education is something that can never be taken away from you. So whether or not you take these courses and you get certified and you get hired by Intuit, or you get hired by some other company who values the certification just as much as Intuit does, you know that you've invested in yourself, and no one can ever take away that education from you and that opportunity that you took for yourself to invest those 80 hours of study in yourself. So good luck. Do it. Don't forget, we did that huge series of certifications that get you #hired. Did an episode with Lindsay. Go back and listen to that. We did episodes about Intuit certifications. Go listen to those. They're super important.
And if I could just take a couple more minutes, just to elaborate, Blair really hit on the culture, but it's one thing for Blair to tell you about it, but it's another thing for me to get to tell you about it because I got to experience it. So I have to give a shout out to Intuit, because the position that I'm in now, it took me, not making it about me, but just so you guys, the teams understand, I got told no 19 different times in 6 months. And I gotta give Liz, I could cry about it, but Intuit came to me at a time where I really needed a change in my career into the role that I'm in now. And this is just what I'm passionate about and what I care about. And at every turn, Intuit was like, you know what, we'll take that. Hey, Lindsay, I just told Liz, hey, Liz, I think we're PCSing to technically, Conus location. And Liz's response said, great, you'll be 3 hours ahead instead of 3 hours behind. It means you'll get more stuff done, right? I came to Intuit actually earlier today and said, hey, I know you guys have a position open, and it's per team. So please just take this for what it is, right? I went to them and I said, hey, I hear there's a position over in X place. I know that it's a contractor. I have the perfect spouse for you that I'd love to send you as a referral. One small snag though, she's in insert country. And the response I got back was, really? How come we don't know about her? We don't care that she's in that country. She can work our hours, right? And I'm like, well, I guess, I'll send you her information. And the feedback that I got verbatim from that hiring manager is, we want to hire military spouses. We want to hire transitioning service members. And I've never been happier. I'm a little nervous because technically I'm a contractor. So I'm just crossing my fingers, please Intuit. It'll be fine. I contract my whole life, but they've just been so great about adapting to the culture here. And we even got, just because I said I would mention it, I'll stop talking about it. We even got special Mavi t-shirts. So the Mavi program here is our military hiring initiative. And I can't think of the acronym.
Yeah, we had Mavi on, I think in November. Yeah, we had I forgot her name. I think her name may be Jennifer, but yeah. Mavi.
So we had Mavi, and Intuit gave us the freeway to partner with Oscar Mike to get t-shirts done. And then part of that money gets to go back to Oscar Mike. We're really in tune with what's going on here, and they're making leaps and bounds. We're working on building out a skill bridge program and internship programs. Mm-hmm. These take time because there's corporate questions, but even our website is about to get rebranded. So this is just a really great place to work. And it's just awesome. So I really like it here, and I like the open communication. They are very, what I would say is Intuit is very touchy-feely. They're very about feels and they care about people, which is a nice adjustment coming from an IT industry that's very knife hand. I'm not going to knife hand you guys, but knife hand. So, and then the last thing I'll talk about it is that bookkeeping really is a great portable opportunity. If anybody knows Kimber, we're here because VertForce is all about portable and career growth, and there's so many options here. I can't say enough good things about just the culture and the experience that I've had, and I feel really lucky that Liz took one look at my resume as a hiring manager, took away all the tech and said, show me what you know. And I was like, okay, cool. And then here I am. And it was just a really nice experience for me. So you guys will really be given the same opportunity to show Intuit what you know by taking this course and getting certified and increasing your odds of employment anywhere, not just here. Because one of the things we didn't touch on is if you become a certified bookkeeper, you could start your own business. Like it's got street credibility. So I just wanted to touch on that a little bit, but it's and let you answer some questions.
Right. Well, it's one of the things that you said, Blair, the first time you and I chatted about this program, and it's that Intuit is creating these 4 courses and creating the certification to set the standard of bookkeeping certifications in the United States because there's no standard.
There's nothing else.
Yeah, there's nothing.
That's right.
But bookkeeping, and especially remote and virtual bookkeeping, is a career field, is something that you can quickly launch a business in. So first of all, thanks Intuit for setting that standard. And then hello, military spouses, gigantic opportunity here for you.
Indeed.
All right. So Lindsay, while you were raving about how amazing Intuit is, we had some questions come in. So one of the questions was, if we have a bachelor's in business management, do we still need to take the 80-hour course or just the Pro Advisor certification online?
Yeah, thanks for that question. So if your prior work experience is directly related to bookkeeping, specifically for small and medium-sized businesses, then you don't need to take the course. If you don't have that prior experience, then I would say, yes, you need to take the Intuit Pro Professional Bookkeeping certification as well as the QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor certification.
Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that, Blair. We had another comment. I believe maybe this is in reference to applying with Intuit, but they're basically recommending here that there be an option to select whether you are a spouse instead of just military and veteran. So, Lindsay, I'm sure you can take that and escalate it.
From an HR perspective, I'll just touch on this very lightly. Getting people to self-identify can be very tricky. So companies decide how they want to do that with their application process. It is something that we've talked about at Intuit. I see it something that we could definitely improve on to select military spouse, but it's also not just at Intuit, but other companies, as you all are out there and applying, it's the internal culture of the company that you're applying to that has to be ready. And Intuit really has been working on ramping up its goals specifically for the last 2 or 3 years. So as they are going out and growing, I'm sure that we will see that change here. But you all as a community have to get comfortable with identifying yourself as a military spouse and being okay with it on the flip side. So I will wholeheartedly take that feedback back to talent acquisition and who manages those things. But just know that it's not that we don't care here at Intuit. It's just the teams have decided right now that self-identification at this point is not mandatory. And so we're trying to figure out how to work through that here legally.
Thank you.
Without causing a ruckus.
Thank you. So let's see here. As soon as we have done all the certifications, then can we look for entry-level positions at Intuit, correct? I'll let you clarify, Blair.
Yeah, so today we're specifically referencing the QuickBooks Live Bookkeeper opportunities, right? So that coursework is that Kimber and Lindsay both mentioned earlier is geared towards helping you level up for those opportunities, gaining bookkeeping knowledge. You can still apply for entry-level opportunities, but for the purpose of the coursework, it is geared towards the QuickBooks Live Bookkeeper opportunities.
Thank you. So just to clarify, Intuit has other entry-level opportunities that are in the TurboTax realm. So these certifications, like Blair said, are specific for the QuickBooks Live program. I just received my QuickBooks Office Pro Advisor certification. Congratulations, Facebook user. I can't see who you are, but yay, we're excited for you.
Congrats.
And I love to hear that Intuit is all about career growth. So question here is, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, I feel like I should highlight too, like, I know we're here to talk about bookkeeping, but just shameless plug, keep in mind, like, my title is program manager, right? So there are other positions here that you can fill that are outside of the realm if you're willing to apply to them. There are program managers. This is a software company tied in with finance. So there's IT positions, there's marketing positions. It's all out there. So I just had to highlight that really quickly because I know this is our sole focus, but don't forget there are plenty of opportunities here for you, and clearly hiring managers that are willing to take a shot and look at your resume and weigh the pros and cons if you maybe don't have that experience or not.
Great point, Lindsay.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. And with any hiring partner that we work with, VertForce, we may be bringing forth the position that's going to best suit the masses, but don't ever exclude that company for other positions. You can always look at them for other positions. Here's a question. I started the program, but I'm going to be moving in about 2 months. When should I apply?
I would say when you finish your Coursera course. I don't think we're going to do, and Blair can confirm this for me, any hiring, I think, till later in the fall, like October maybe. So you have plenty of time. Again, I cannot stress enough that because it's a self-paced course, that's on you. And there's going to be plenty of positions to go around. And again, if you don't end up at Intuit and you are a bookkeeper and you're certified, you can go anywhere. I literally saw Tanium the other day looking for a financial analyst that tied in for bookkeeping. I mean, the positions are out there everywhere. So you're on your own time. You got time.
Thank you. All right. Is the training you're talking about all tax bookkeeping related? This is a good question. I think that someone who's probably just tuning into this may not understand the difference. So I'll pass this to Blair very quickly to answer.
Awesome. So the QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor certification, which is different from the coursework that Intuit came up with here, the Coursera courses, which is the 4 different courses, 80 hours. The QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor one, which takes about 8 to 12 hours, that is specifically geared towards QuickBooks Online, the software. The training courses that we've been referencing quite a bit throughout our time here this afternoon, the Coursera courses for the Intuit Professional Bookkeeping Certification is geared to level you up on the bookkeeping experience and skill set.
Awesome. Thank you, Blair. And I don't see any additional questions other than can we connect with you on LinkedIn? I'm sure that we're all open for LinkedIn connections.
Absolutely.
Just send us a message and let us know that you participated in the live stream and we'll connect there. All right.
That'd be great.
Thank you guys so much. Would you like to include anything else before we sign off tonight?
Nope. Just thanks so much for having us again, Kimber. We really appreciate being a part of this community. So thank you.
Yeah, no problem. We're really happy that you're here. Happy Tuesday Night Live. Thank you, Lindsay, for joining us. Thank you, Blair. You guys have a great evening. Bye.
Thank you.
All right, VertForce, that is it for this episode. If you liked what you heard, please subscribe, rate our podcast, and leave us a review. We really love hearing from you. If you need to find the show notes, which include all of the resources we discussed in this episode, you can find those at vertforce.us. Guys, I'm serious when I say we want to hear from you. If you have an idea for an episode or a question, email us at support@vertforce.us. As a reminder, all content associated with the VertForce podcast is the intellectual property of VertForce LLC. All right, catch you next week.